Hello everybody, my name is Karl Undal. I am 24 years old and I'm currently living in Taipei. I'm studying Mandarin at the Shih Chien University at the Chinese Language Center. I studied international management at the THWS and also did the double degree program here in Taiwan at the Shih Chien University. And after completing my whole bachelor degree, I was thinking about learning Mandarin for some time, just between my bachelor track and my master track. So that's the reason why I wanted to learn some Mandarin here in Taipei, and I applied for the Huayu B.E.S.T scholarship, and I got accepted, and that's why I'm learning here Chinese. So, I already learned some Chinese before I joined this program. Unfortunately, after some time I forgot it all, so I started here again learning from scratch, which also helped me a lot. I think the pace is quite fast, but you get used to it. For me, learning Chinese is also very, very hard. But the good thing about this program is that you can focus 100% only on Chinese. You don't have to work next to it or so on, or have other courses. So it's only learning Chinese. Plus your fellow students are also learning Chinese. So it is quite useful to talk in Chinese after class and also have some study groups. In general, having some people around that study or are interested in the same thing that you're doing currently is quite nice. And also my fellow students are also internationally, so we have a lot of students not only from Europe but also from Asia, from Africa and from America. Alright, now let's talk about the money. Let's talk about the package that you will get as a recipient of the Huayu B.E.S.T scholarship. In this package there's 28,000 NTD dollars, which is about 750 euros. Then there's of course the course and some other activities that has to get paid. So in the end you will have a scholarship of 450 euros roundabout, which can get you very far here in Taiwan. So food is very, very cheap, and also the dormitory is free for us scholarship students. So 450 for food and for other activities. But for me, I also had some money saved, for example, for traveling and so on. But living just on the scholarship is possible, but I wouldn't recommend it because then you cannot really travel and so on. Now let's also talk about the activities that are organized by the Chinese Language Center, or in short CLC. So first of all, we have the hand-in-hand internship, which is usually organized together with a elementary school or in high school here in Taipei, Taiwan. So the last terms there was a cooperation between the Shih Chien University and the Taipei elementary school, which was quite interesting. So our job is there just to show up and to engage with the children in English and try to speak to them also in English, and also have some presentations about ourselves, about our lives, and also just to communicate. So that's a lot of fun. And also last term they also had an anniversary at their school, and because we already went there sometimes, it's usually once a month we have an internship there. They also invited us to engage with the children and also have our own little booth where we could sell some food and also teach about our culture or our culture foods, for example, as well. So for Germany we made some bratwurst, and our Canadian friend, he had some Canadian salmon, which is also very delicious, and the Americans, they brought some root beer. Yes. So our American friends, they brought some root beer, which were also very, very delicious. And all in all, we had a lot of fun. A lot of students like to talk to us. Some are also a little shy, so you have to keep engaging with them and try to be just nice and just interact with them. So all in all, very, very nice. Going on, we also have the one-on-one language partner event every Wednesday, which just means that there's some students here from the Shih Chien University, also the same age as us, so ranging from 18 to 24, who are also interested in exchange. They also want to learn some English and also want to teach us some Chinese, of course. So there's always a new topic every Wednesday with some culture stuff going on here in Taiwan, and then we can discuss this or learn about culture here in Taiwan in Chinese with some students from the Shih Chien University. So it's not a qualified teacher, but there's students, so it's another dynamic. It feels more like a chill environment with some friends, right? So this is also super nice and can help you also after your class with some Chinese, and you can also book some time slots with these students here from the from the university to speak, not in this type of event, but just like every day for an hour or two. They also get paid, and you can just have somebody who can like teach you some Chinese, help you with your homework, or just review your classes, which is just great. So it will help you speak in a more practical way than the theoretical way you learn in your classes. And there's also some free courses that you have every term, ranging from just normal Chinese courses, for example, A1 to A2 or B1 to B2, but also, for example, Taiwanese, which is still a little hard for me, so I didn't get that. But these are very nice free courses where you can also learn next to your original class some Chinese. There's also always like another teacher, so it's also nice to just see how different the teaching styles are of each teacher. And then there's also a culture class provided by the CLC every term, once or twice every term. So for example, I went to the culture class for Mahjong. So Mahjong is a board game, a very famous one here in Taiwan, and we learned this from our teacher, and nowadays we're still playing it sometimes with some students. And then we also had the calligraphy class, which was one of my highlights, just to hold like a brush and like in a very specific way. Maybe you have some pictures right now, and just trying to draw some Chinese characters. It was very nice. And after this course, I immediately bought myself a calligraphy set, which isn't that expensive here in Taiwan. So it was a lot of fun. Yeah. Now let's talk about the one-day trip and the company visits that are also organized by the CLC. The one-day trip is very fun because you can go out with like some friends, and for us scholarship recipients, this activity is also for free. So last terms we went to Liao to just to gather some strawberries, and also had some very delicious Taiwanese food. It's always very nice just to hang out, not only with your fellow students, but also with the CLC people, and also some students from the Shih Chien University, some Taiwanese students. And my highlight was going to Jiufen. So Jiufen is a small town here in Taiwan, not far from Taipei. It takes around 1 to 2 hours with the bus, and it's just super nice, especially in the evening and the night, because then there's like a scenery with some lanterns which are lit in a very specific red light, and just the vibe is so nice, and I really enjoy it. And it's always nice also to travel with some Taiwanese people who can also show you some better insights of the life, of the culture, and also of like some very nice places. Yeah. And last but not least, we have the company visits, which are also free of charge for all students here at the university. So for example, the last terms we went to a news agency, which was very interesting. It was one of the biggest news agencies here in Taiwan. And especially for me, it was very interesting because I'm very interested in politics, and just to see behind the curtains how the process of finding out about news, writing news, and also publishing news was super fascinating for me. And in the end, we also had like a big Q&A sessions, and the people there were also very interested in us. So they were really listening to our questions and also answered these questions very good and very professional. So I really enjoyed this. But there was also the translation company in the first term, which was also very interesting. I never heard about a company like this before. It's just they're there for translating some legal papers, for example, or some other papers for major companies. And nowadays with the AI, it's of course these companies are getting rarer and rarer. Okay, now to our last point, which is just the life in Taiwan. First of all, about like some financial aspects. So everybody spends their money differently, for sure, but I calculated my monthly expenses for around 1,000 euros, but which also includes traveling around. So there were some very cheap flights to different countries from Taipei, because Taipei is very located in the center of Asia, so it's very cheap to go, for example, to Japan, to Hong Kong, to China, to the Philippines, whatsoever. So therefore, yeah, I calculated 1,000 euros roughly a month. For your credit cards, I also chose to get a bank account here in Taiwan, but that is not a must. You can also have your German or international bank account. Just have a chat with your bank beforehand how that would work. And I would also recommend you to have a Visa card, which is just very easy, or which I find very easy internationally to use. All right, coming now to the visa and the ARC. I mean, it depends also where you're from, of course. But for a lot of countries, there's you can travel in Taiwan for 1 to 3 months. extending this, you should have a visa or like an ARC. It's very important to just get some informations online about the visa beforehand. It's very hard to be trapped in another country and don't know what you have to do and what documents you need. So maybe 2 to 3 months before you go to Taipei, it would be advisable to just go to the internet and look up some visa requirements. And when you're in Taipei and you want to have an ARC, which is just a visa here in Taipei if you live here. This is done very, very easily just online, and then you can like pick it up. And also the Chinese language center can provide you with some documents as well as also some help. So but all in all, I wouldn't say this is a too hard part. It's only hard if you're in stress and you haven't got any information beforehand, and then it's all packed in maybe 1 month. So just do it 3 months before, and then you will do fine. Going on now to the safety point here in Taiwan. So I would say Taiwan is a very, very safe country. It's one of the safest countries actually in the world. But of course there's also the conflict between China and Taiwan, where a lot of people are maybe like a little scared of. But I can assure you that the people here, the Taiwanese people, are talking a lot about it, and there's also a lot going on in the news. So you will always get the newest information, and also the people here are of course concerned about it, but not too concerned. So it's still very, very safe. Also, living here in Taipei is very, very nice. So for a scholarship recipient, you will get the dormitory for free. So there's a female dormitory on campus. The campus is located like a little more outside of the main city. And then we have the male dormitory, which is more into the city center, but also not directly in the city center. So from the university to the city center, it would be around 30 to 40 minutes with the bus. And from the male dormitory to the university would be around 20 minutes with the bus, or like I'm driving with a bicycle every day, which is for free. So but also the transportation system in general here in Taiwan is super, super easy, and they have a lot of transportation possibilities. So you have the U-bike, you can go with the Uber, bus, the MRT, or speed train, whatsoever. So it's very, very easy, very, very cheap, and they're always on time. So also a big plus for Taiwan, a big minus for Germany. So coming down to an end, so this is the third time that I'm here in Taiwan, and I already lived here for over a year, and I would still recommend everybody to come to Taiwan and also do this program. I mean, there are not a lot of opportunities like this in your life where you can just travel almost for free, where you get money for studying a language, to live in another country, to get to know a lot of amazing people, and also have some exchange going on. So I would say this is a very, very nice opportunity, and I wish I would knew about this earlier, so I could like done it before. So I'm not saying that you have to do it, but at least you can like look up some information online about it, and in the end, maybe you don't know, but maybe I will see you then in Taiwan. See you. Thank you very much.